Alright, everybody, can I have your attention? I just want to say a few words about my little sister Genesis, who we get to adopt soon. So, is anyone here being bombarded with questions and suffocated with hugs by a little girl? Does this little girl have two long braids coming out of the side of her head that look like handlebars? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are more than likely Genesis's new best friend. Well, Jen has decided to make you her new best friend. Hey Jen, do you remember when you first came to live with us? Of course you don't. You were only 2 months old. It is crazy to think that Genesis came to live with us when she was just 2 months old back in 2019. And just the other day, we celebrated her 6th birthday. Genesis is definitely the smartest 6-year-old I know, and I know a lot of smart 6-year-olds. The day we got Jen, I remember like it was yesterday, which was 6 years ago. So, my mom and my sisters and brother were all out of town at our cousin's house, and my dad was the only one home, and while we were all gone, my dad got the call if we could take Genesis as a placement. And since my dad was alone, he didn't have influence from anyone else, so he decided to take her. And my dad sent us a picture of Jen laying in his lap, smiling up at him. I can picture that image in my mind, like I'm holding it in front of me. After knowing that we got Genesis, I just wanted to go home and see her. It felt like forever before I got to come home, but the weekend ended and I finally got to be with Jen. I remember exactly what you looked like when I first saw you, Jen. It was the most exciting moments of my life. I didn't know how long we were going to have you, but I just wanted to enjoy every moment of it. I used to be able to just scoop you up and hold you and walk around with you while I went about my day. Now you don't really like hanging out with me as much, so what if we're 15 years apart? But Jen, even though we don't spend as much time together, you have grown up to be such a beautiful, smart little girl. I can't wait to see what God has for you. You can always make me laugh, and you have such a kind heart. Well, most of the time you have a kind heart. You didn't really have a very kind heart when you smashed Anaya's hand in the door and almost took her whole pinky off, and Dad had to spend 6 hours in the ER with her. You must have not been feeling too kind that day. Genesis, I hope you know how much you are loved in this family, and we can't wait to adopt you. I love you so much, Jenny.